Hey everyone, good evening. It's Jamie here, in case you didn't know who I was, and welcome to Travel Blog Jamie. Oh my goodness, it's like I'm filming for a vlog. It would be much appreciated if someone could just quickly pop in chat if you can hear me. It's the first time I've done this. Mafu is on it already. Thank you, Mafu. Look, I really appreciate you all being here. There are so many questions already appearing in chat, and I've got pages of them that you've been sending to me on various social media platforms over the last few weeks. But look, what I'd love to hear from you about is where you are on this planet. Um, for those of you who don't know, I'm in Basingstoke, which is in the south of England. But I'd love to know where you're all watching from around the world. That would be great. I'd love to see that. Thank you for assuring me and reassuring me that you can hear me. I appreciate that very much. I'd also really appreciate it if you could give this video, this live, a cheeky little like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. When I looked earlier, I was two subscribers away from 17,002, and I'm hoping to pass 17,000 with all of you lovely people with a drink in hand. And if you haven't yet followed me elsewhere, I am on Threads and X. Oh, I hate that X. The old Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and of course here. So I'd love for you to pop on over to some of those. But priorities, everybody. I have to start with a drink. I don't drink a lot, by the way, normally on a Friday, but since we're doing these Monday Night Lives, I might have to change it. I'm gonna have a vodka, if you don't mind. Cheeky Grey Goose. Love a bit of Grey Goose, although I don't normally get that on ships because it costs too much. I'm not sure how much to put in there. I'll just put a lot in, shall I? A bit more. What are you having to drink? I was going to say cheers. I'm going to have to dilute that. It's sugar-free, though. You know I like my sugar-free Red Bull. And yes, I am a bit jet-lagged. Matthew and I have spent the best part of 5 weeks in the USA. And when we actually came back to England very briefly, just for 4 days, I won't go into all the reasons why. There are lots of reasons why we came back. We stayed on US Eastern time whilst we were here. So when we went back to Florida, we didn't have any jet lag at all. So that was fantastic. So I'm just saying a big cheers to you all. Thank you so much for being here. I'm looking forward to answering your questions. Oh, look, we've got Savvy Blanc, we've got Cabernet Sauvignon, we've got everything going here. We've got Dubai, Pina Coladas, Southern Wales, Aloha, sunny-ish. Okay, it's good to hear from you all. Oh, and Michael, you've just come back from a cruise yourself, haven't you? The same one we did a few weeks ago. Right, it's all happening, folks. We've just literally done a 23-night epic stay in Florida. We've had 2 cruises as well over the summer. The first was on Morella Discovery. We flew to Florida. We sailed up to New York for 2 days. We went to Charleston, the Bahamas. And as a part of our stay in Florida, can you believe it? 23 nights, Walt Disney World. I know a lot of you have got questions about that and how on earth we managed and how do you manage as adults only. And we also took a Disney cruise on Disney Wish to the Bahamas. Also, I wanted just to remind you, please, I am one of 5 finalists, I think 5 or 6 finalists for the Wave Awards this year. I know some of those finalists are here right now, and you may well have already voted for them. That's fine. But I am definitely the underdog. And come on, we all love an underdog, don't we? So don't forget to get those votes in. If you've already voted for someone, you can vote again. Vote for me as well. I would really appreciate that. The other thing to remind you of is that I've got a lot of vlogs coming out. Every Wednesday and Saturday, you'll find my cruise and travel vlogs without fail. And now, fortnightly, I'm going to be doing these Monday Night Lives. Fortnightly, not every week. Otherwise, it will just ruin me. I need a sip. Cheers, everybody. I can see some people saying voted. Some people have voted for Paul and Carol in here as well. I think that's a really, really reasonable thing to be doing. I've got to be honest with you. Right. I'm going to start off with some questions. The first one is, what was my favorite part of our Marella Discovery cruise, the east coast of USA? Wow, so many highlights. Some of you will know if you've watched the vlog that when we sailed out of Port Canaveral, and close to Cape Canaveral, we actually saw a rocket launch. And the only reason we saw it is because we were so delayed with our flight getting into Florida, delayed getting onto the ship. The ship was delayed leaving. But you know what? If that hadn't happened, we probably wouldn't have seen the most spectacular rocket launch. And yes, I cried. I cry at everything, if you know me. And the older I'm getting, the more I cry at anything. Someone could be walking down the street and I literally start crying. So can you imagine me watching a rocket launch? Oh, I had to literally cut out so much from my vlog because all I was doing was going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So I don't think you got to see all of that or hear that, which is just as well because it's very embarrassing. That was amazing. The other amazing thing, as you can well imagine, is sailing into New York. I mean, not literally into the city. It was absolutely phenomenal. We got to see all the main sites just as we were sailing up, and then having 2 full days there was incredible. So a great experience. I don't think Morella are running those cruises next year, unfortunately, but hopefully the following year they will reinstate them because it was really special. So there you go. Those are my favorite parts of Morella. Someone asked earlier that you're off to Messina. And I have been there actually. And you said what to do. Well, we actually took a trip to Taormina, which was fab, and it was only a few hours as well, so it meant we had a lot of time to explore Messina on foot. It's the kind of place you just want to walk, you want to get lost, and you hopefully will find your way back to the ship. We found the most amazing Italian restaurant there, and it was the kind of place where you just want to order the basics. So a pasta, I think we had spaghetti with just a tomato sauce, but it was just divine. So Taormina, highly recommend that, and then walk and get lost in Messina. Someone has asked as well about Christmas. So no super chat, take my money. No, keep your money. You deserve your own money. Christmas cruising. Have I ever done a Christmas cruise? Of course I've done a Christmas cruise. I've done multiple Christmas cruises. Do I recommend them? Oh my goodness, yes. There's no going back for us now. I don't actually remember the last time we spent Christmas at home in England, apart from the lockdowns. That was the last time. Christmas cruises for me, they are so special, whether you're going to somewhere cold or somewhere hotter, which is quite interesting. When we sailed down to the Canary Islands, just got warmer and warmer and warmer. And within 2 or 3 days, we were out on deck, shorts, t-shirts, cocktails. It was just the best feeling and atmosphere. Having said that, a cold cruise, oh, bring on all that hot mulled wine in the hot tub. Bob's your uncle, Petunia is your auntie. Do it, do it, do it. We are actually heading off on a Caribbean cruise on Piano Avia this Christmas and cannot wait. Okay, so hopefully that's convinced you. And if you haven't checked out my vlogs, I've got so many vlogs on Christmas cruises. So just search Travel Blog Jamie, put the word Christmas in, and goodness knows what will come up. I love that we're talking about Christmas. Where is Matthew? Look, you you don't understand. It's taken me years to get Matthew in a picture. It's taken me years to get him on film from behind. That he did an interview quite recently with me. It's taken a long time to get to that stage, folks. Where is he now? He's next door. Look, you can't make creatures or animals act against their own will, can you? You just can't. If he pops in to say hello, he does. If not, maybe the next time, maybe the time after. You never know with P and O. Oh no, you never. I always say you never know with P and O. You never know with Matthew. Okay, and that's why on my vlog sometimes you'll get one sentence from him, but that's all you need, isn't it? Just one killer sentence, normally crushing me, putting me down. Lots of people talking about Christmas cruises and how you should do them. Rachel, are you in yacht? She's asking, are you in yacht club on the Virtuosa? Paul and Carol love it when I say that. Virtuosa in September. Yes, I'm in yacht club. I actually booked, don't tell anybody, an inside cabin. I have already been upgraded to, I think it's called a deluxe suite. I haven't yet had a look at that properly, but I will. It sounds nice. It's in Yacht Club. So I'm looking forward to that whole. Matthew said, I'll pop in next time. One of our rats is a bit poorly. So he's looking after her very nicely next door and trying to feed her lots of banana and peanut butter, which she loves. Anyway, moving on. Behind the scenes blog. Yes, Matthew will be working on a behind the scenes vlog. If you are one of my patrons, you also get behind the scenes vlogs every fortnight already as well. Thank you, Matthew, for holding the fort next door. I appreciate it. Yes, Yacht Club. Fancy. Not like me at all, folks. I mean, do you think they'll be feeding me Red Bull in the Yacht Club? I don't know. Who knows? We'll find out soon enough, won't we? Yes, Paul and Carol, they do love it when I say virtuosa. I'm actually looking forward very much to that. That's in about 3.5 weeks' time, actually. And I don't mean just because it's the Yacht Club. I managed to spend a day there when I was on Virtuosa last time. Fabulous, I must say. But actually, the older I get, the more I seem to want to do. So I love the rope courses. I love the water park on Virtuosa. I love the pools there. They're massive. They are warmed beautifully, by the way. I hate a cold pool. Rachel will be there on Virtuosa. So Rachel, you'll have to be in my vlog. You know that, don't you? If anyone comes to say hello to me anymore, I say, can you be in my vlog? Oh my goodness, on Marilla, I had people stopping me, which is lovely, but they would not appear in the vlog. It was really difficult. And I'm just wondering, why is that? I don't know. Marsha has rats. They're beautiful, aren't they? They're so loyal and cuddly and lovely. Have I got a great tan? Oh my goodness. I mean, I've got my magic light on at the moment, so I'm surprised you can see my tan. I don't actually sit in the sun tanning, by the way. I don't like that. And Matthew says I get very, very restless. And he starts rolling my eyes at me and I'm jumping up and down and I want to do something. So any tan I get is au naturel. And obviously with lots of sunscreen. What is the print behind you? Captain Mickey. Okay, so this actually is a framed picture. You're like, what the hell has he got Mickey Mouse in his den? This is my den, by the way. Why has he got that there? When we were on Disney Wish sailing to the Bahamas, was it last week? My goodness, only last week. Because it's the 25th, it's a silver anniversary since launching their cruise line. They gave these to every passenger. So on the last night, we came back to the cabin and it was there in a beautiful box. Did a little reveal. That's come home with us from Disney Cruise Line, and I absolutely love it. My mouse ears, cocktails with Lisa. I don't have mouse ears, Lisa, but I did dress up as a pirate. That's actually going to feature in the second part of our 23 nights in Disney World, which is coming out on Wednesday. It will. I haven't finished it yet, folks, but I will. Can I just apologize? Those of you who don't know, I live in Basingstoke. I live next to a railway station, Basingstoke Station. So that noise is the coming and going of trains. You know, this is what happens when you're live, isn't it? Someone said I'm popular on a vessel. People are discussing my blogs on Discovery. Oh, well, that's nice. I'm really pleased about that. Good to hear that. When is my merch line come in? Thank you, Jesus. Oh, you can't say that. I get in so much trouble for saying that. Some people are like, I'm not watching you anymore. You've said thank you, Jesus, and you're insincere. I won't go into the ins and outs about why I sometimes say that. It's actually from a very popular line in a reality TV show that we watch. It just makes me giggle. It's nothing to do with whether I'm religious or follow a faith or anything. I'm sorry if I offend any of you, but the fact is I seem to offend a lot of people a lot of the time. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Sorry about that. How were the queues at Disney parks? Good. This is why I go in August very often. I know it's the rainy season. I know it's coming into the peak of hurricane season. We had 3 weeks there. We had the most amazing weather, 3 downpours in total, 2 of them just for like an hour. The third was in Nassau, Bahamas, where it was quite stormy that day. But that was it for the whole thing. So the lines, they were pretty good. We didn't have a problem getting on everything that we wanted to do. Not a problem at all. What is Yacht Club? Oh gosh, Yacht Club, let me be honest, is a very elitist part of a ship on MSC. It means if you pay a little bit extra, you get access to a certain part of the ship, a butler service. What am I going to do with a butler? What do I do with a butler? please let me know in the comments. I don't know. You get your own pool, you get your own restaurant. It's at the front of the ship. It is lovely. I've got to be honest with you. But I will be touring the whole ship. I won't just be staying there. Offense is taken, not given. I like that. Wasted space. Offense is taken, not given. I'm going to try and memorize that. I like that. How are you and Matthew? Jet lagged. You asked before. We're jet lagged, but fine. Matthew's looking after the babies right now. Hello from landlocked Arizona. You and Matthew are a joy to watch. Bless you. Cheese mood. And what a name. I love that. I've just been called a young man. Thank you very much. As I hurtle towards my fifth, I can't say that word. What's that number? I'm hurtling towards a number. Oh, but it does mean I can go on Saga soon, which is great. Paul and Carol tell me I'd love Saga. So, this is a good question. What do your students? I haven't answered any on here yet. You're doing a good job, folks. What do your students say about your YouTube channel? Well, that's actually something I've been asked multiple times. Most of the time, people say, "Aren't you worried about your students finding out about your YouTube channel?" So let me talk about that because I think it is quite unusual. Train. Hi everyone. Have a nice time in Winchester or Southampton or wherever you're going. It's an interesting one. When I started uploading videos to YouTube, it wasn't, I don't think, as a vlogger. It was a diary, a video diary, and it was there just for me to look back at some of our trips, our journeys, our holidays. Hence why it used to be called Jamie's Holiday Channel. Cringe, but true. So I never thought about anybody watching them. And my students, I do not talk to them about it. They come up to me now and then and they say, "Nice vlog, sir. Saw your vlog at the weekend." And then they keep walking. If they want to talk about it, I've got a strapline. It's, "I can't talk to you about that until you're at least 18 years of age." It's normally the younger ones who want to talk about it. And I'm really sorry. I can't do that. And, if any of my students ever commented on a vlog or tried to get in touch with me, and only one has ever tried to do that, it's shut down immediately. I actually go to the safeguarding lead and I say, "This student has been in touch with me. I've done the following things to protect myself and them." So it's all very transparent. Most of the time, they don't ask me because they know I won't talk about it. It's as simple as that. But I know they watch because the other teachers tell me. And also, my goodness, folks, their parents. I'm doing a parents' evening and I'm talking really seriously about their child and their progress in Spanish. And they'll be like, "Mr. Robbins, that's all very interesting, but actually, we had some questions for you about cruising." I'm like, "What? Really?" It's quite embarrassing. It happened before when I sat quite close to other teachers and they're like, "Jamie, why are they talking to you about cruising?" So I've had that at parents' evenings. The parents are worse. And also, I've got to show you this. Someone actually asked me one of their questions. They thought they were being smart asses, I'm sure. Why did you get merch done with your travel blog Jamie name on it? That's cringe. And I said, I didn't. This was actually a gift from one of my year 11s and his parents just before he left. Thank you, Jesus. I'm in trouble anyway, aren't I? They made it for me. How cool is that? And the parents came in with the year 11 boy and said, "We want you to open this in front of us." And I mean, it's quite embarrassing, really, isn't it? You think, "Oh my God, what is this?" And I opened it and I was literally like screaming with joy about how amazing it was. So yeah, students I know watch it. Apparently they love it. Apparently they think it's very cool, and that I have celeb status amongst them. Maybe that helps with behavior. I don't have behavior issues, so maybe that does. If you don't mind, folks, I think it's time for a quick sip of whatever we're drinking. Someone's just said hello from smelly old Southampton. Do you know how much trouble I get into for saying that as well? I can't help myself. I mean, sometimes you go down to the rubbish pit, don't you, when you're leaving Southampton, and it reverses. It does smell down there. I love Southampton. We're actually thinking of moving there. I don't know why I'm whispering. Like you're all here listening. We're actually thinking of moving to Southampton next year. Um, More on that another time, though. Okay. Any plans to visit the fjords? Oh, where have you been under a rock? I've already been to the fjords in May, and I've got some wonderful vlogs. In fact, one of those vlogs has been watched for the equivalent of 3 years. It took me a long time to work that out. My maths is not my strong point. I've got to be honest with you. So please search Travelodge Jamie and fjords. I've got some two-parters for you. By the way, when I left, where was it? Nassau. I think I also said by smelly old Nassau as well. So I'm not discriminating against cities or towns or villages, just so you know. Merch. Okay, so some of my students have come up to me and said, can we create merch for you? And I've sent them on their way saying, no, don't talk to me about that. However, what you don't know is that months ago, Matthew designed some merch for me, and it's really cool. It's very retro. I absolutely love what he's designed, but we're not going to rush anything like that. A bit like lives. I've been asked over and over again. There's one of the questions on here. Why is it taking you so long to do a live? Because I've been busy, because I've been working full time, because lives are saturated right now. And that's no disrespect to anybody doing lives. I think it's great that people do them. I just didn't want to just follow the crowd. I want to do it when it's right for me, when I'm ready to do things, not just because other people are doing them. And when it comes to merch, Matthew's done a great job. It's basically a lot of the comments I apparently say all the time. Awesome. Thank you, Jesus. And they look amazing, but I need to purchase them myself. I need to try them. I need to make sure that they're good quality. I would never want anybody buying anything from me that is not good quality. So it's in the works, okay, and it has been for months and months. A Matthew t-shirt would be great. He's reading these comments now, so I don't disagree with you at all. I'm very happy to have Matthew t-shirts go out. In fact, I don't know if you saw, but today, in the last day, I posted a reel on Instagram, and it's of a water ride at Thorpe Park, and Matthew was stood in the way of the wave, and I mean it literally. I thought it was going to knock him off the platform, so it was perfect timing. He got drenched, and it's been watched by over 1 million people in one day. I mean, my mind is blown. So he definitely needs to have his own t-shirt. He really does. Okay, none of the videos would be the same without a shot of the legs. I mean, you can see them now if you want. I'm wearing my shorts. There you go. I mean, what more to say? Oh, in my Disney vlogs, by the way, coming up of the cruise, there's lots of leg shots if you're into that sort of thing. Someone saying cheers to Matthew. That's nice of you. Thank you. Where to next? Well, Virtuosa is a 4-nighter. It's on the 26th of September. Come along if you're available that week. That's going to Ireland. After that, oh my goodness, Morella Voyager, a med cruise, a fly cruise. Love that. Matthew's coming on that one. Then I have 4 nights on Arcadia. I think that's going to Zeebrugge, so I'll do a bit of Bruges. Love a bit of Bruges, don't you? A bit of beer, frite mayo. Haven't been to Bruges in a long time. Then I'm going on Ambassador, and that's a festive Christmas cruise. The week before we then jet off to join P&O Avia for our Caribbean cruise over Christmas. Which YouTubers do you watch? Okay, so I'll be honest with you. The only YouTubers I've watched in the last year are Marina and Joe and Paul and Carol. And that's not because no one else does a good job or I don't think they're good at what they do. I just don't have time. Any time I have, I am creating my own vlogs. 2 a week is a lot, especially when working full time. And on that one, yes, it does. Indie Guitar Man, absolutely. I've also got multiple questions about what are you doing next, and there's some confusion as to whether I'm giving up teaching or not. Well, we go back on Friday for an inset day. I am essentially going more part time, but also I have built into um, the agreement that I will be traveling more. So it's quite complex, but essentially every 3 weeks, all the threes, of course, I meant to say Lisa. I'm sorry, Lisa Batty has fabulous vlogs. I will be traveling, cruising every 3 weeks as from now, and teaching less and less as time progresses. Uh, that's what's happening. Yeah, so that's a big change for me. Yes, I hope my ambassador cruise gets to cruise as well, Louise. I've heard all about that, and I've heard about the toilets as well. Someone has asked how easy it is to get into blogging. You know what? Do we get cheaper deals being a blogger? Okay. Is it easy to get into blogging? Yes, because you just create a blog. You film, you upload. It's easy, isn't it? It's not so easy, however, to get a following, to find your groove as to, what are you actually about? What do you like doing? Being told constantly, don't do this, don't do that, or this offends people, as we've discussed. And sometimes over the years, I've sort of recoiled a bit and gone back and thought, okay, I won't do that. I'm me now, and I think my vlogs are the best they've been. They're the most authentic they've been. I'm the happiest I've been doing them. I love doing them. I really enjoy it. The thing is, you have to work really hard at it. So anyone who thinks it just happens overnight and then gets frustrated because their first vlog or video doesn't get many views, I mean, join the club, folks. That's how it goes. You just have to persevere, and not, if it's what you want to do it. I never had plans to do it full time, and that's the direction I'm heading in. And I think that's amazing. And thank you all for watching and allowing me to do that. Thank you, Richard. That's very kind. It's easy to vlog, hard to vlog well. I think you're not being pithy at all. I think that's probably a very good point. Yes, Zombie Tog. Hopefully we'll be in Greenland and Iceland next year, and Alaskan cruise as well. Always best to be yourself. I completely concur with that. Absolutely. Okay, let me just check through these comments because there are lots and lots coming through. First time in chat, when he's here. Hugs, 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 heart, heart, heart. People saying they'd love to do a vlog, but would have a hard time dealing with negativity. Well, actually, that's really interesting because, yeah, I get negativity. Most of the trolling I get, or being dragged through the internet, is either for me saying something that people think is inappropriate, like "Thank you, Jesus," "Smelly old Southampton." Those are the two things that really trigger people. And I think, gosh, if that triggers you, you really shouldn't be watching me, because that's like the least of your worries. But I tell you what, people, the worst thing I get is homophobia, which won't come as a surprise to you, I'm sure. It's live and kicking, folks. It's everywhere. I don't actually see much of it because on different platforms, you can input trigger words, which means if someone were to type something really offensive, and I've already inputted that as a trigger word, it just doesn't come to me. It just doesn't go anywhere. I don't know. It's automatically deleted or something like that. So I just don't see them. Some people are quite clever and get around it in certain ways. Yeah, in this day and age, you're absolutely correct. God, indeed, it happens. I've had it just this week. I won't repeat the words. I'm not very good at dealing with it, actually. I don't mean I get upset and stuff. That's not what happens. I'm really bad because I tend to go back at these people. I know some of you have said to me, just ignore them, don't do it. But sometimes I think, no, I'm going to tell you what I think, because who else is going to tell you? If you think this is acceptable to do this, I'll be the one to tell you. So maybe I shouldn't. Yes, Rob's travel blog as well. Don't forget the blogs, not just the vlogs. Matthew has picked up on a question about insurance, and we do use Admiral, and we did actually get £100 each for a missed port on our fjords cruise in May, and it came through very quickly, actually. Someone has said it's been amazing watch you develop and grow over time. Yeah, I can look back at some of my old vlogs and think, oh, that's embarrassing, that's cringe, or the ones when I'm just filming and showing with some music in the background. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, actually. Sometimes people just want to see. But but I'm enjoying all the yada yada yada, and you're getting that with 2 barrels now, aren't you, folks? I'm really sorry about that. Anyone you would recommend for an Alaskan cruise? Well, there are people in here who have been on an Alaskan cruise, and I wonder if they might just pop down in the chat who they would recommend. We have. Sorry, I'm just reading all your comments about negativity and having a thick skin and so on. Clearly that's affected a lot of people in here, actually, and having to have hard skin. I'm one of those people who absolutely thinks if you don't tell someone how it is, they'll never learn, because most people won't tell them. But you have to deal with it in your own way, and I think probably the best way is just ignore. Yes, I agree, actually. Someone's just said about calling out homophobic people. I do, because I worry about everyone who's younger than me and doesn't have such a thick rhino skin. I remember being young, and it was hard, really hard back in the day. And I think if someone had looked out for me, life would have been different. Let's put it that way. Okay, enough about that. So some people are using Princess for Alaska. We are going to be sailing with Norwegian to Alaska. Disney do some fabulous Alaskan cruises as well, etc., etc., etc. Thank you. I've got some lovely comments coming on here about the blogging style, etc. Any other recommendations for Alaska cruise lines? Some people have asked about Disney. Is there anything such a thing as too much Disney? Yes, there is. There is. I can absolutely understand why a Disney cruise would not be for everyone. It is, of course, child-friendly, family-friendly, first and foremost. But, and this is a good but, they have some amazing adult-only areas. Now, the older ships actually have the biggest adult-only areas, like the Magic. Oh my goodness, an entire deck, pool, hot tubs, I was going to say whirlpool tubs, bar, other bars, restaurants for adults only. And my goodness, it's superb. And the service, the quality is superb. And the food is superb. So I'm looking forward to sharing those vlogs with you over the next few weeks. Oh, Holland America. Absolutely. That's a line I have yet to try. I believe they're going to be stationing one of their ships in Southampton for 2025. Am I on Paul and Carol's group cruise in 2025? I did see the ad for it, but they chose to do it when I'll be at work teaching. And I think they probably did that on purpose. Keep me off the cruise, definitely. But you should go on it. Absolutely. And there's lots of time to plan for that. Maybe Paul and Carol, if they're still here, would like to write down the date or where people can find information on that group cruise. I did actually organize, Lisa Batty and Rob will know this, we organized a group cruise for our Facebook group, about a year prior to lockdowns. And it's such a shame that didn't go ahead. I was really looking forward to doing that. I've got a low-key one on P&O Aurora next year, which I'll share details of later. If you're in my Facebook groups, you'll know all about that already, but I'll share it later. Norwegian, never thought about that for Alaska. No, I hadn't either. I've heard good things about them, about the food. I think they're quite lively ships as well, lots of facilities. Jamie, in my opinion, people can be whatever they want to be. It's their life. Be proud of who you are. Most haters will hate, as most of the time they are jealous. Well, who am I to question any of that? Thank you, Lisa. I really appreciate that. Oh, yes. We missed each other in February. That's such a shame. My thoughts on Britannia in Palma. Well, I think what crazy weather is what I think about that. Have you seen the videos? I mean, absolutely mind-blowingly ridiculous weather. It's happened many times, hasn't it, to other ships breaking their lines in terrible weather, colliding with something. I think the main thing is everyone was safe, everyone's well. I know it's impacted on the cruise in terms of delayed departure. And I think some people have had to go home early because one or two of the lifeboats were damaged, meaning there wasn't enough capacity. So it's clearly impacted on some people. I hope they were able to fly home. Goodness me, you've seen what's going on today. Woo! So yeah, I'm saddened that that happened. I'm pleased everyone was safe and well. Cove Cafe on Disney Magic spent loads of time in there, says Ray. Oh, Ray, cheers to that. The Cove Cafe is one of my favorite coffee shops on any ship. Cheers. And if you haven't tried a Disney cruise and you think you would benefit from all those adults on the areas or taking your young ones, your family, have a go. You never know, do you? You never know until you try something. I have been asked about my least favorite cruises. I actually made a vlog about that, and oh my gosh, that's clickbait. Well, it's not, because I said these were my least favorite cruises, and that's what I talked about. I didn't make it up, you know. Gosh, people are funny. So we had a poor cruise on Pino Ventura, and we've been on Ventura many times and had great cruises. But in October, the lines were horrendous. For the dining room, for the bars. We have never experienced that before on Ventura. So it made it really difficult. And some of the service was unfortunately quite questionable. It really was. Celebrity Silhouette. Sorry, I know that they are super popular. This always shocks people like, what? You can't say that about Celebrity. Well, I'm going to. The food was not nearly as good as it ought to have been, and I'd heard so many good things about the food. The service, oh my gosh, we were literally being bombarded by people. Buy this, get this package, get that. But they just wouldn't leave us alone. And also, on the first day, they would not take out the drinks menus for us to decide whether we needed a drinks package or we would pay as we go. No, they wouldn't take them out. They just said, we don't have them available until later. And then they tried to sell the drinks package. I'm like, well, how do I know what's going to work for us? I don't know. So that was disappointing. The other one, probably the worst, was CMV Marco Polo. Oh, God bless Marco Polo. Seriously, goddesses bless Marco Polo and all who vesseled in her. But oh my goodness, that muster is the longest muster I've ever done in my life. And it actually turned into, and I'm not joking, a conga line of people making their way very slowly up staircases. There was a certain demographic age group, and they weren't fit for the conga. And it was really weird. And then I'm queuing up to get some food from the buffet, and then they said, we've run out of food. We don't have any more. We're closing. I'm like, I haven't eaten. Where can I go for food then? They said, there was nowhere to get food anywhere until dinner time came around. It was just odd. And then I heard one of the crew saying, I hate these short cruises, want to get rid of these people. And the only time we saw our cabin steward was on the morning of disembarkation, when they were literally knocking like crazy at 7 a.m., asking us when we were leaving. Not good. Okay. I was told to shut up and listen to the waitress and the MDR on Silhouette. Were you? That's awful. Oh, and Donna remembers Canapé incident on Ventura. Oh, it was our anniversary. It was my sister's birthday. We had some friends over to the cabin. My mum was there. I ordered canapés. I thought it would be a nice thing to do, you know. And they never arrived. So I'm phoning like, oh, we're having a bit of a party before dinner. It would be great if they could come. Then they sent fish, which I can't eat because a projectile of vomit. Didn't order fish, obviously. Took it away. Then they didn't turn up. More phoning, brought something else, wasn't what we asked for. Nothing arrived eventually, and then they charged me for it. And then it took me about 3 days to get a refund. Viking. Look, Robert Jones has been on a Viking cruise. Best experience ever. I have to say, I was gifted a cruise by Viking a number of years ago. It was incredible. I'm not saying that just because I didn't pay for it either. I mean, Robert will tell you, Viking is a superb cruise line. It felt exclusive. There was so much space. It was calm. The food was great. The service was top notch. It just felt so special. And when people say, "Oh, but you haven't been on it since, have you?" No, I haven't. Because it costs a lot of money. It's a lot. Paul and Carol remember Marco Polo. I think they've had some bad weather. Was it in the Irish Sea, from memory? Looking for a P&O replacement after a bad experience. Who would you recommend? Oh gosh, I love Fred Olsen. I love them. Some people have said or questioned, wrong demographic for you, Jamie. I'm thinking, I don't work like that. It doesn't matter to me what the demographic is on a ship, as long as people are kind to each other and I've got a drink and some nice food and people are polite. I'm good with that, you know. Fred Olsen, oh my God, it's like going home when I go back on their ships. The service is phenomenal. The food is phenomenal. Their specialty dining. I love Southern Indian food, in case you didn't know. That spicier, the better. Throw in a few dosa. I'm happy as Larry. But they do amazing Southern Indian food on Fred Olsen as well. So I would suggest, if you loved P&O, maybe try Fred Olsen. People might say Princess. I'm not a massive Princess fan. Sorry. I think they're way too expensive. I think they're charging more and more and more for basics. And I found the service and the food to be mixed. So yes, we're sailing them again, but I wouldn't jump from necessary P&O to them. But that's just my opinion. I know a lot of you disagree. Have I been on Azura? Yes, many times, but not for a while. We don't have any Azura or Ventura ships booked for a couple years. Hi, Raquel. It's your 24th wedding anniversary. Yay! Can we all have a cheers to Raquel, please, and her 24th wedding anniversary? Congratulations to you. Well done for putting up with each other for so long. Cheers to that. Fred, quite a bit dearer than P&O. Yeah, but that's actually, Karine, that's a really, really good point. I think P&O at the moment offer very, very good value for money. Their cruises are generally, I think, cheap in comparison to many cruise lines. I think the drinks are cheap. I don't think you need a drinks package necessarily. Someone asked that earlier. I think they're really good value, but you don't get the same facilities or quality as perhaps you do on some of the other lines, and you're paying for that. You absolutely are. So I agree. Fred Olsen's prices. Do you know what, Jackie? I think it really depends. It depends on the season, depends on the length of a cruise, the kind of cabin you're going to get. Just have a look, check them out. There are some shorter cruises, by the way, that Fred Olsen offer, sometimes repositioning ones, which I did recently, just 2 nights. Very cheap and a lovely way of finding out what they're all about. Okay, people saying they'd love to try Fred Olsen Ambassador. Are you excited for Disney Cruise Line unveiling of Disney Treasure on Wednesday? Yes, I am. It looks like it's going to be a stunning ship. I will say I prefer, now that we've been on Wish, the smaller Disney ships. They have better facilities for adults only. That's the only reason. Hi, Jack. We've already talked about the P&O cruise ship Britannia breaking its lines. Yeah, and some people had to fly it home. You're absolutely correct about that. Ambassador getting good reviews, sailing from Bristol and Falmouth. That's great. I'm all for cruise lines trying out new ports. Absolutely. Debbie says Princess used to be a top favorite. Found Morella amazing. Did Virtuoso a few weeks ago. Enjoyed those two. I think Morella is great. Someone asked me about formalities. What would you recommend if we wanted to go informal? Morella, all the way. I love the informality about Marella. You can get dressed up if you want to. You don't have to. No one bats an eyelid, and that's what I love so much about it. I love all the anytime dining on Marella as well. There's no lining up. It just works. It really does. Older ships, yes. I will say, however, they are starting to become a little bit pricey. And some of you will argue, yes, but they've got the drinks package. Well, it's the basic drinks package. It's not the premium one. You still have to pay another £80 if you would like that one. What does Omnitel mean? I don't know, Stephen. I don't know. This was actually gifted to me some time ago. I went through all of the hashtag and gifting stuff at that point. I just find it really comfortable, and black is a very slim in color. I've just spent nearly 5 weeks in the USA, so indulge me on this one just this once, please. A shame Marella doesn't do no-fly cruises. Yeah, I think after the lockdowns, they did some no-fly cruises from memory from the UK. but now they've reverted to them. I suppose because it's TUI owned, they obviously have their own planes, etc. That just works for them. Would you go back to New York? Yeah, hell yes. Oh my god, the coffee. Both Matthew and I were talking about going back to New York when we were in New York, like you do when you're on holiday, and suggesting we may do a winter or Christmas there at some point. I know some of you have been to New York recently. There's just so much to do. Love the vibe there. You just can't get bored there. You can't. And also some of the pizza. Oh my god. Oh my god. We went to Angelo's Pizzeria, which is one of the best reviewed pizzerias on TripAdvisor. It's not too far from. It will come back to me. Central Park. Not too far from Central Park, which is ridiculous saying that, isn't it? Because Central Park is massive. You know the bit where they've got all the horses, carriages, stuff there. It was incredible. The best, one of the best ever anywhere on this planet, apart from Civitavecchia. If you want to know where the best pizza is on the planet, message me later and I will let you know. It's in Civitavecchia. It's sublime. They only do 2 or 3 types of pizza, and my God, do they do them well. Am I excited to see Virgin Voyages coming back to Portsmouth? Yeah, I actually went on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady with Paul and Carol, and I think they would agree with me. It was a superb ship. It was a great 5 nights. I think I cried a lot on that as well. I don't know why. Oh my God, the aft bar there. Oh, I just love the aft bar there. I could have spent all week there. It's got such a good vibe. It feels fresh. It feels different. I had the smallest cabin I've ever had in my life, but you know, c'est la vie. I wish the pool were bigger, and in spite of people dragging me across the internet for saying that, I like swimming. I like swimming. You know, I think Paul and Carol were there, and I said, I've just done, was it 4 breaststrokes? And I got around the entire pool in that. They might remember. I can't remember. We had that conversation. But the deck space, the comfy lounges by the pool, the vibe, it was just fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Okay, someone's saying about say how as you say it. Someone, Abigail, say how lovely your videos are. Thank you for saying something back as a parent for a non-binary child. It's lovely when people do that. Of course, because why can't people just be kind? That's it. Would I ever do a world cruise? Yes, but Matthew, not so keen. That will be in many years' time, I think. Chelsea Food Market in New York City. Go the next time. Thank you for the recommendation. Absolutely. Someone's going. Louise is going to Civitavecchia in a few weeks. You need to find that pizza. I've got it on a vlog actually. Louise, message me later and I'll share that with you because I can't quite remember the name of it. I think it's called Ghetto Pizza, and I'm probably going to offend people by saying that now, aren't I? It's called Ghetto Pizza. I'm almost certain of it. In Civitavecchia. It's down a little alleyway. It's tiny, unassuming place. Look up Ghetto Pizza Civitavecchia. It's absolutely fabulous. Paul and Carol say Virgin was a fun cruise. It was about 4 strokes from one end of the pool to the other. Paul and Carol went in the pool and they told me that they rarely swim. They rarely go in pools, and I got them in the pool. Matthew, thank you so much. It was called Pizzeria del Ghetto. Yeah, Matthew said it. Oh, Matthew burnt the top of his mouth on the pizza, which probably ruined the experience a little bit for him. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's really serious. I obviously checked that he was okay right after. Oh, thank you. Someone's saying about liking. Yes, if you haven't liked, like. Please, it will make my self-esteem that much better. How the baby rat? Baby rat is not breathing very well, unfortunately. So she's getting lots of one-to-one care and attention and strokes. And she's very lucky because she's getting lots of banana, which she loves. Have you ever been on a river cruise? Yes. Oh my goodness. I loved our river cruise. It was with TUI, and we sailed the Danube. Holy shawarma, folks. It's so intimate. The food was fantastic. The drinks fantastic. The staff gets to know you very well, what you like, don't like. And the fact that you're literally on the doorstep of these amazing villages, towns, and cities within walking distance is incredible. On some days, we actually went to 2 ports in one day because they were just very, very small towns or villages. And what a fantastic way to see a part of the world I probably never would have visited otherwise. Um, yeah, absolutely phenomenal. And Matthew and I have talked about doing another as well at some point. I think we'd like to do a Christmas river cruise. The problem is, I keep saying, don't I? We'd like to do this at Christmas, that at Christmas. We're going to have to spread them out just a little bit more. My favorite airline. So I'm going to say Virgin Atlantic, actually. And I'll tell you why, because I have been on more expensive airlines and I can see the quality. I absolutely can. But I'm all about value for money. If I'm going to spend a lot more money, I want a lot more for that money. I want to see it. And I didn't necessarily on some of the more reputable lines. Virgin Atlantic, the service is good. The new A350-1000, they are amazing aircraft. We've just had 2 fantastic flights with them, and I have done vlogs on them to share with you. A New Year's Eve cruise. Oh, I think you have to go to either Funchal in Madeira to see the fireworks, or where is it in Germany that cruises often sail to? Someone posted below. I've forgotten the name. Paul and Carol, we went there together. We saw massive knockers on the door. Where was it we went? Not Frankfurt. Someone post where you go. I think Madeira would be a great place to go, though. Okay, and the city in Germany that I can't. Hamburg. Thank you so much. I couldn't get in my head. Frankfurt. Frankfurters, hamburgers. Hamburg. We actually went to Hamburg for New Year's Eve on with P&O, and yeah, fireworks were amazing. They actually let some fireworks off near the ship for us as well. Thank you. Now all the Hamburgs are coming in. Thank you. Have I sailed with Cunard? Cunard? Oh, yes, I have. Formal? Yes. Am I very formal? No. I can do it on Cunard, though. It feels like a sense of occasion in the evenings there, so I don't mind it so much. And it's a little bit more relaxed now. Sorry to those Cunard diehard fans. God, they go crazy on the Facebook groups, folks, don't they? In Cunard. My God, I didn't wear a tie. I had my jacket and shirt, open collar. Didn't have to wear a tie because that's what the dress code said. Holy macaroni. Dragged and dragged. Me and my low standards. I didn't give 2 hoots. I just didn't. I keep to the dress code. If I want to dress up one night, I won't go to certain venues. That's my business. Why would anyone else care what I do or you do or someone else does on a cruise, as long as they're not harming anyone? And I don't like bad smells either, so that would offend me. Best fish and chips in the Golden Lion on Cunard. I've heard that, but I don't eat fish. As I said earlier, I would projectile vomit everywhere if you gave me fish or seafood. But I've heard amazing things about it. Their pie. Oh, yes, get in my tongue, Cunard pie. That is good. We've got people going on P&O. I really like Iona. I think she's a nice, elegant ship. Large. Don't mind a large ship at all, get those steps up, that's fine by me. Enjoy Iona. Thoughts on the flights being cancelled and delayed at UK airports today? Well, I actually know somebody who worked in aviation, and they messaged me to say they've been called into work on an emergency, and I'm like, you better get that sorted, because it feels like there are hundreds of thousands of people who aren't able to travel. I tell you what I feel about it. Really pleased that it didn't happen yesterday when we flew home. I'm really pleased it didn't happen to us after being in Florida and away from home for so long. Sorry, everybody. That's really selfish, isn't it? I hope you all get home, though. I really do. Why do people care about what others do? I don't know. Maybe it's just human nature, being nosy. What's my favorite ship? When I get asked what's my favorite something, I can't answer it, I'm afraid. I don't have a favorite ship. I do, however, love the Fred Olsen ships. I love the Cunard ships. I love Disney Magic. I love Virgin Voyages, Scarlet Lady. I think those are ships that really stand out for me. They are just find them unique, very different from the rest of the pack, and I like that. I really like that. We had someone on Iona on Saturday. It was amazing. Sky Princess. Yes, I've done Sky. Yeah, sorry. Don't like the royal class of ship very much. Don't like the layout. Don't like not being able to get a seat very easily. I'm really sorry. I'm probably going against the grain there, though. I know a lot of people love Sky Princess, go on it regularly. It's not for me. It's not. Someone had room service on fortnight, did it, and why not? PJs on. David does exactly what we did on Iona, and it was fabulous. Sky is stunning. There you go. We're all different. We like different things. Sky is not to my taste, but absolutely, I mean, she gets filled, doesn't she, with passengers? So clearly to other people's tastes. Karine said her son's flight to Doha today was only delayed 20 minutes. Oh, wow. Maybe my friend magically solved all the issues then. We've got more people on Iona. Avia, do you miss teaching? Well, I still am doing some teaching moving forward. Have I missed it this summer holiday? Hell no. Can I just say, I think teachers get such a bad press. It has to be one of the hardest jobs ever I've done. It's so much harder since the pandemic and lockdown. Things have really changed with some of our young people and their parents as well. It's difficult. I always have the utmost respect for anybody in any job. It's just I have the insight into teaching. It's stressful. The hours are ridiculously long. The level of abuse is definitely on the up as well, and I need to protect my colleagues as much as possible about that. It's really hard. Do I miss it? No. Will I miss it when I give it up? No, I don't think so. I've done it for 25 years, folks. I think I've done my time. Am I type 2? Yes, hence the vodka and sugar-free drink. On my vlogs, people often say, oh, you shouldn't be eating that, or why are you eating something? But actually, I don't think you should assume because I'm showing an item of food that I'm eating it or going to eat it or that it's mine. Sometimes it's Matthew's. Okay. There you go. I don't know. Why am I justifying myself? I just want to make sure people know that I'm not stupid with my sugar intake or anything like that. I'm not. Okay. I've got huge fans. I love huge fans. Thank you. And more people on Iona. Welcome home. Thank you. It's nice to be home. It is nice to be home. Do you watch Disney films, classics, and the newer ones? Some, yeah. I realized when we were on our Disney cruise, there are a lot of Disney films I've never seen and probably wouldn't. I like my Marvel films, to be honest with you. I like my Star Wars and stuff like that. No discipline anymore. Not allowed to. Jackie, you are actually partially correct with that one. The discipline aspect is kind of out the window with some families now. We had someone who was suspended and their parents still sent them in, and you can't physically block a child's entrance. You can't. You can call the police and so on if someone is trespassing, but and the parents are actually sending them in, and they didn't care that their child had been suspended for something really serious. Someone else has been teaching for 25 years and they're leaving. I hope you had a good time, a good run of it. Ocean View on Iona. The one Lisa Batty knows about these, I think. That's the one with the little bench in front of the window, isn't it? They look great. I think they're a great size, and I would just be lying out by that window with one of these to hand, probably. PJs on fortnight, love it. I can't wait to sail Cunard and dress up, but would so do the PJs and room service. I recommend everyone does room service just once, one evening. Get it all in on your balcony if you've got one. I think we did it after a very long day in Barcelona. We walked for miles. We did some. Oh God, we love Barcelona, but blimey, by the end of it, like I could barely talk, let alone dress myself or walk anywhere. Yeah. Halloween Horror Nights. I did Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. a couple weeks ago. That will be on my vlog. That's when I've dressed up all pirate style. I had to do my own eyeliner. I didn't even know it was eyeliner. I'm like, what do you call this? Pencil. What is it? Stabbed myself in the eye a few times for my craft. You let me know what you think when you see the vlog when that comes out, how I did. I couldn't get the blimmin' stuff off either. I thought these wet wipes. I was using hot water and flannels. Went to Epcot the next day, and I noticed on the vlog my eyes were just like blotchy, dark. Looked terrible, absolutely terrible. Great live, Jamie. Oh, thank you, because it's my first one. Who knows whether I'm doing all right or not? Lisa said they had a balcony, but ocean view on Iona is a great space. I think absolutely. Oh, Debbie, near the front of Virtuosa, and like half a mile to walk to the buffet each way. Oh, hell no. Can I ask my butler to get me food, by the way, in Yacht Club? Is that a thing? I don't know. Does anybody know? Which is scariest, Tower of Terror or Orange? Mission Space is not terrible. It's just Vomitron. Tower of Terror is scarier. There you go, settled. More conversations about Seaview cabins on owner and how people love them. I think it's a really good size, I've got to be honest. Other people agreeing with that. Yes, 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 yes. Extra large balcony on owner, thanks to Paul and Carol. Oh, is that one of the corner ones? I think so. There you go. Paul and Carol bring up trumps with their recommendations. Nice one. Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing fine. Thanks, Daisy Charles. Fine. Never guessed it's my first time. You're not the first person to say that. Oh, moving on. Try oil-based cleanser. Thank you, Louise. I will remember that the next time I don my makeup. I'm doing a great job. I'm doing a great job. Talking of which, it's been an hour. And I've noticed that in terms of people watching, the numbers haven't gone down. So I'm going to do another 5 minutes or so because you don't stay you're welcome, do you? You know, once a fortnight is more than enough. And I haven't actually read through any of these questions here, so I'm really sorry. Has anybody got any final questions before I do wrap up? Mum misheard corner ones. Message retracted. Lisa, I just read it out. You can't retract a message after I've read it out. Refits, how often? Normally every 4 to 5 years, Simon. And I believe Arcadia and Aurora are going to be having some refits in the not too distant future. They need them. Highlight of Florida. Well, on the cruise, as I said, it was going to New York and also the rocket launch. But when we were in Orlando, I love Epcot. They have a food and wine festival. You know I like my food, yeah, and wine. Imagine me going to a food and wine festival. It's awesome. I enjoyed the Halloween event. I enjoyed dressing up and being a bit silly. There were quite a lot of adults doing that and getting into the groove, so that's nice. Chennai Express or Tap and Tandle, that is super easy. Chennai Express all the way. It is our favorite restaurant in the planet, anywhere. It's in Basingstoke, by the way, folks, and they're opening one in Fleet. Tap and Tandoor, nah, it was okay, but it's not authentic Indian food. No. Matthew is hiding. He's not locked in the cupboard, actually, Josh. Although very often in my vlogs and on a up-and-coming vlog, he is in the toilet hiding away. He is looking after one of our baby girls who's not very well. When I say baby girls, I mean pets, by the way. We don't have children, and we're not having children. No, Lisa, that's all right. You can apologize all you want. I read it out to the whole world. Sorry about that. Fabulous first line. Thank you very much. Those trains are going for it tonight. Gaynor, I'm glad you've said that. It's one of the reasons I actually want to move as well. Would you do a Nile cruise? Yes. TUI has started doing river cruises, they are going to be doing river cruises as from next year along the Nile, and I'm tempted. Tips for Portugal. In Lisbon, in Porto, walk, get lost, enjoy, stop regularly for treats, coffees, pastel de nata, immerse yourself, sit by the rivers, drink sangria. Anybody got any other tips for Portugal? Nile is amaze balls. We love amaze balls. We'll go to the Nile. Okay, I am going to wrap up, folks, because as I said, I don't overstay my welcome, even though you're all still here. So you are awesome. Coming up then, as I've said right at the start, I've got MSC, P&R Arcadia, Ambassador Ambiance, Christmas in the Caribbean on Arvia, and next year, wow, there are some true bucket list cruises on the horizon. Can I just take this moment then to thank you all so much for your support on every platform. I'm hoping by the time I get off this, I've passed the 17,000 subscriber mark on YouTube. Please, please, that would be awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate you so much. Those of you who joined Patreon, I've only had it for the last 3 or 4 weeks. It's going so well already, and I love working with you all on that. So thank you. I hope you are all healthy, happy, well, that you all take care. I'm going to read through all your comments later, and I'm sorry for any of those that I've missed. It's been going crazy, and I'm not very good at dividing my attention because I'm a gay man. We don't do that sort of thing. Okay, so take care, everybody. Love to you all. Thank you, Jesus. Bye, smelly old Basingstoke. See you for my next vlog on Wednesday, Saturday, and 2 Mondays' time. I'll be back here chatting with you. Get your questions to me in advance. And love to you all. Mwah. Bye.